Okay, so comparing it to the downtime, we would say 380 points versus having to wait 6 hours. Now, that's not the only thing we would be waiting for, though, because if we have to do this over again, we have an additional 5 hours added, no, 6 hours added, I believe it's 6, to that, right? So, that being said, you have a lot more downtime than just that 6 hours. You have the feed downtime and the textiles downtime if you have to do it over again. So what we would do is we would say, rather than throwing away the downtime for the feed and having to take an additional 6 hours, okay, so basically the feed's already prepped, right? So we would be sacrificing these 380 points to get this one done. Under these circumstances, we again need to go back to what's going on in our game. Are we in war? Can we afford that much downtime? Do we only have, a couple of hours left of war? Things like that do matter. And so right now, I would say that I would sacrifice the 380 points to eliminate that much downtime and then have to re-prep this over again. Now, if this was lower, if this was, let's say, 1200, then absolutely we would go with the textiles because the value difference would be much greater than it is now. It would be at 680. Okay? So you have to know when to sacrifice and when to not sacrifice. About 500 points is right around the threshold for that. Okay? So try your best to look at every single thing. And this is kind of why it gets so involved, is because people only look at value, right? Or opportunity. They're so stuck on, which one's the highest and which one's going to give me something better. They don't look at all the other contributing factors that go into play here. Okay? So let's do this over again. Let's say that you have chems for 1400, and then you have feed for 1480. Okay, let's just say it's between these two. We know that we don't do this unless it's at 1500 or higher. But why don't we do this at 1500 or higher? This one. Because it usually comes back, right? And when it comes back, it's just more downtime and it's just unnecessary and it just keeps nothing but problems. So when you look at the opportunity here, the opportunity is greater here. The value and the value difference is, the value difference is 80 points, okay? The downtime is pretty drastic, but if you have to do this one over again versus this one's probably going to stay away, then you end up with actually more downtime on the chemicals than you would the feed, right? Because it's going to keep coming back, and you don't want to do that. So that's why we would not pick that. Now, let's practice some upgrades because we haven't done that yet. So we've got upgrade 3000 points. Okay, let's just say it's a London home. Then we've got a upgrade regular residential for 2400. We've got a Latin upgrade for 2400. And let's say we've got a Tokyo upgrade for 1000. Okay. So right now, 2 or 3 of our 2K place values or higher are being taken up. So we need to be cautious of the fact that we are running out of high place values. Now this one has the ability to be worth up to 3,600 points, right? So this one we wouldn't want to cancel because it's the highest risk. What risk do we take when we do our cancels? Okay? So instead of it being opportunity that you're looking at, you're mostly looking at risk when it comes to upgrades. So what we're looking at here is we need to know what's going on in our game. Did we recently just get a huge flood of upgrades? Is that why these are all here like this? And if so, we would not want to cancel just yet. We would want to pick a rotatable option and see if it continues to give us upgrades. With the high upgrade in the list and it giving upgrades, it has a higher chance of giving lower upgrades. But let's say that you are doing your rotatable options and it's not kicking you any low upgrades within maybe 1 or 2 rotations. You need to go in for a cancellation. Being as how there's 3 here, we would go with the highest one and cancel the 3,000. But let's say that there was another one and it was at 2,000. Okay, which one would we cancel and why? Well, now we have 4 of our 2K place values, which means we qualify for a double cancel. So we would cancel this one because it's 3,000. Okay, it's at its highest value. It can't come back any higher. So we can only either benefit or remain the same. For the most part, we're not taking any major risk here. So this one is definitely on the cancellation list. Now, which one of these 3 do we cancel? Because this one's obviously out, right? Well, this one has the highest risk because it can come back worth 3,600 points. This one is already at its maximum value. This one can't be worth any more than 2,400. And that's 400 points higher than this one. So it has a better chance to open up better stuff the higher points values we can clear. So the fact that this one is already at its highest value, same with the upgrade 3,000, this would be our second cancellation, back to back. Okay, now if you cancel the first one and you get a old town for 3,600 and you haven't had a chance to cancel the second one, don't cancel the second one if it just gave you another upgrade that was of a high value, because the odds of it coming back again with a high value are pretty good. You would want to save your cancellation for when, the game stops giving you upgrades, because you got to be very careful on how many upgrades you do, right? You cancel, I mean. So looking at this list again, let's say we have paint for 1,560, and we've got let's say lawn chairs for 1,750. Okay, pretty obvious what we would be doing here. We'd be doing the lawn chairs. But let's say we have a launch legendary attack for 1,200. Okay, so at this point, what we would do is we would look at all of our stuff that we need to look at, starting with our list format. Value difference. Value is good. Value is good. Value is bad. Value opportunity is bad. Opportunity is really good. Okay? Because this is a high premium task. So high premium, premium, premium. None of these meet the main task requirements. These are all rotatable tasks. Okay, opportunity is good on the lawn chairs. And it is good on the paint. Opportunity value is good, and opportunity value is good because it meets that 1,500 or higher threshold. This is our list format. So we've got a +3, a +3, and a +1. Okay? All right. So what we need to do here is we need to decide which ones we're picking to compare. So we need to say what we know. Well, we know we need to look at what's going on in our game. Is there anything going on in the game that pushes any of these tasks up in priority? Well, this one is a war assignment, so we do need to be aware of our war timer. Are we running low on war time? If so, that bumps the priority of this one higher, right? That being said, if you're running out of time for war and you feel like you aren't going to have enough time to complete this if you don't do it, then you'll need to do this one first. But if you have plenty of time, let's say a couple hours, then that one would be on hold because it is the lowest valued in the list. and all of them do open up good opportunity. That being said, we would be comparing the lawn chairs at $17.50 to the paint at $15.60. Okay, so going down to the comparison formula, we would be comparing values. Value is higher on the chairs and lower on the paint. Value opportunity is higher and lower. Opportunity is good. Opportunity is good. So we would write equal. Okay. Let's write this out. Okay. Now we have value difference. What's the value difference? We've got, looks like 190. Yeah, 190 points at the, so you get 190 points more if you do the lawn chairs over the paint. Okay, so what we need to look at is there anything in the game going on? Nope, nothing going on here that would matter. Like, let's say you had paint prepped, but you didn't have lawn chairs prepped, and you want to get shit done, you're running behind on tasks, you would sacrifice the 190 points and get these going on a token and collecting materials. That is something similar of what this particular category would constitute, you know, what would be included in that. So neither of them are limited time or anything like that. Okay. And downtime. Not seeing any downtime. Okay. So that being said, we're comparing value difference again to opportunity, which is equal. So why would we not take the extra 190 points if the opportunity is the same and there's nothing going on that bumps this one higher than this one? You know, nothing that says we need to do this one before this one because of any reason, right? So that would make this one your choice. Okay, so start over again. I want to make sure you guys really got this, you know, because a lot of people are having a lot of trouble with this shit. All right, so starting over again. You are on your tickets, which is where value trumps opportunity. Okay? Okay, so let's say you are on ticket number 10. You've used 10 tickets, so you have 5 left. So 5 tickets left. Okay. You've got the monster at 1,500. You've got the repair at 1,200. And you have keys at 1,200. You have a common war at 800. Coins at 1175. Let's just say that this is the majority of your list. The rest is upgrades, and you have a epic for 800. Okay? All right. So what we would do is we would look at what we got going on here. So let's start with the breakdown. So this is a non-premium task. It is a no-touch task. However, the reason this is a no-touch task is because of the opportunity, right? The fact that it's always in your list. So with the fact that we only have 5 tickets remaining. What the hell? Stupid TV. Hang on a second. I hate when people just join your party on your TV and start talking. Okay, so we've got opportunity here with the fact that this is possible because we only have 5 tasks remaining, right? So even if it came back and we had to do it again, is that a possibility? That's what we need to know. Can we do this without it being an issue? So we would need to look at what's going on in our game. Is the monster there? If he is there, how much health does he have left? How long is he going to be there? All that good stuff. Now, let's say that he's not there, okay? And that would basically cross this off the list and we would look at our other options. But let's say that he is there and he has plenty of health and you can hit him the 3 times without totally killing all of his health. You would want to be very, very careful on the amount of health you took from him. So what you could do is you could actually do this task because you only had 5 tickets remaining. That being said, the opportunity is pretty low though. So what we would want to look at is the 300 points. Now, value does trump opportunity, but we still need to be aware that opportunity does matter, okay? It still does matter. So what other options do we have? We have repair and keys. So these are down arrows, up arrows on the value. Value opportunity is good. Opportunity is bad on the monster, bad on the repair, and bad on the keys. Okay? Now, common war, this is good on opportunity and low on the others. Then we have low, low, good. And then we've got low, low, good. All right. Now, looking at this, we would basically take out the 2 that look the most promising, right? We would start running our comparisons. So that being said, if we could do the monster, we would be comparing the value difference of 300 points versus the opportunity here. Given the fact we only have 5 tasks remaining, opportunity is not as important as it normally is. So we would actually want to bank in on the monster if we could do it, okay? Being as how we have so little tasks left. And we have to be able to make sure that we can do it if it comes back, when it comes back again. Because let's say it comes in worth 2,000 right after you do it for 1,500. You have to be able to do that again, right? So let's say that this is your list now. You've done the monster, now you have 4 tickets remaining, and let's say that it gave you a paint for, let's say 1,000, okay? So value would go down, down, opportunity would go up, that would be good. So we have a +1, a -3, -3, +1, +1, +1, okay? So what we need to look at here though is that value trumps opportunity. So which ones are the highest values in our list? We have repair for 1,200 and keys for 1,200. Those are the top 2, okay? So that being said, we can erase this because I'm running out of room here. Now let's reevaluate just these 2 tasks compared to each other. Okay, value is equal. Opportunity for value is equal. Opportunity. Now, the opportunity is not the same for these 2 tasks. This one, the keys, if you look at your Contest of Mayors guide, this one has a higher chance of coming back in worth 2,000 points or higher, and normally doesn't reoccur repeatedly. You know, like or not repeatedly, but like right after itself. So this one has a higher chance of getting something better than the repair. Okay? So this opportunity is greater than this opportunity. The value difference, there is no value difference, right? What's going on in the game? Is there anything that, no, there's nothing, okay? There's nothing limited about it. There's no downtime, nothing. So basically, you're saying you can get the same amount of points with better opportunity by doing the keys. Keys would be your choice, okay? All right. Now, Give me just a second here.